Thank you so much for being here, guys. My name is Jordan, and I am a professional video editor, which is really fun. I've been able to edit for Justin Bieber, Mr. Beast, and a few other people like Nike, Google, lots of big brands. Oh, confidence monitor, sick. And so it's been a lot of fun. And I also talk about music videos on YouTube. I watch them and break them down from an editing perspective. It's a series called Music Video Editor Reacts. It's a lot of fun. And then I also love to teach about editing, and I have a course called The Editing Formula and a community called Edit Mastermind, and I do one-on-one coaching, and it's a lot of fun. I'm super passionate about storytelling, about having people tell their own stories and having people tell stories that change the world for the better. And so anything that has to do with that, I'm all in. I'm down for that. So that's a little bit about me. But we have this awesome guy, Chris. He's an absolute legend. So give a huge round of applause for Chris for being here right now. This dude's a king. So Chris, tell us about yourself.
Dude, thank you, Jordan.
Of course.
I'm super excited to be here. My name is Chris. I'm a New York-based cinematographer, content creator. I started off cinematography about 7 years ago. And one day I was like, about 2 years ago, I was like, let me just start creating content, you know? Start documenting my behind the scenes of my film sets, start showing people what I do in my professional work. And that's how I came to creating content. But today, I'm really excited to share some of my social media editing workflow with you guys, especially how I use AI, and yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, that's what we're getting into today. And you're going to hear a lot about, AI here at a tech conference, or especially with photo and video. And so we're excited to share about CapCut. It's an amazing software. It's so fast, it's intuitive, it's easy to use, and it's perfect for creators. It's a software that is built exactly for creators at any level. So they have templates, they have quick cuts, viral content, and it all can happen on your phone, which is absolutely incredible. And we're going to talk a little bit about desktop, which I don't know if you know, that CapCut also has an amazing desktop app that is chef's kiss. It's so good. So today we're specifically going to be talking about some smart editing tools that you may or may not have known about. So we all know about basic editing functions. Well, at least if you've edited a little bit, you'll know about basic editing functions. But CapCut's really smart, and they're constantly adding new AI features that make storytelling simpler and more powerful all together in one place. So you don't have to go to a bunch of different apps. You can do it all in one spot, a one-stop shop, if you will. It's so amazing. So today we're going to show you exactly how to do it in mobile. Chris is going to cover mobile editing and some amazing AI tools from there. I'm going to cover the desktop side, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Are you guys excited for that? Great. All right, I'll kick it over to you, Chris.
Yeah. Well, who here edits on their phone? Well, that's a lot of people.
That's crazy. That's so many.
And your laptop? All right, that's even more people.
Yes.
All right, today I'm hoping to get some of the laptop people to edit on their phones and some of the phone people to edit on the laptop. You'll see why.
Oh.
As a person from a traditional film industry, I work with all the highest quality tools, the gears and all that stuff, but I edit all of my videos for social media on this device that everybody has, the phone. Even my 6.2K footages, my 8K footages, anything you can name, I edit on this phone, and it's capable. It really is. So today I'm really excited to show you guys a film that I created, a series that I created on Instagram and TikTok, where I showcase where I documented my documentary. So the series is called Scratch to Track. This is where I show how I created a documentary with $0 in 90 days. And without further ado, let's get this workshop started. First thing I would like to mention is there's always an editing process for everybody, and there's always the traditional style. You put in the clips, you source the clips, you organize it. But today is a little different. Usually when I'm doing social media content, I'm looking at my face a lot, pretty much 90% of the time, because I'm doing talking head videos. And I just can't stand my facial acne. So the first tool I always use is auto retouch. This tool is a game changer for me. Because as you can see, all you have to do is click on your face, and it'll just retouch it. even if you're moving, it will track your face and retouch your entire face for you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can play this again.
Oh, and one more thing. Yeah, as you're watching this, I would like to mention, everybody wears makeup on screen. So imagine this tool as something where you don't have to wear makeup in real life, and it does it for you in post.
Saves you a trip to Sephora.
Yeah. Seriously.
That was his joke. I stole it. I'm sorry. I can't take credit for that.
I forgot about the joke.
It's really great, though. That's awesome. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, should we go to the next one?
And the second step in my editing process is to fix my voice. Again, this is not traditional. A lot of you will be saying, yo, you do the sound, you do music later on in the editing process. But the reason I fix my voice first is because in social media content in general, the script is everything. You have to script yourself, you narrate everything yourself, and as you're editing, you're listening to your own voice over and over and over again, and it's kind of annoying. And usually, I'm filming myself too, so I don't have an audio guy to help me with audio. Sometimes audio can really, really mess up. Jordan, you could attest to that. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, audio it's so important. I think you said it's over 50% of the filmmaking
I personally would
process.
say audio is like 51% of the video.
I would say it's maybe like 70 or
Yeah.
80. I don't know. I think audio is so important, and there's a reason where if you're watching like a horror movie and you turn off the sound, it's not scary anymore. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I'm fine. But if you jack up the sound and you're watching a horror movie, I'm not sleeping. It's scary, and I think sound really emotionally affects you, and so having the best sound possible will really just it'll affect people emotionally the most, and it'll also just like greatly increase the amount of connection that you can have to the audience.
Exactly. So in this video, I was filming myself, my audio peaked, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not about to redo the entire narration. So this tool in CapCut is really cool. It's called Enhance Voice. So if you play it.
Yeah. Let's play.
Practice shaping light. Anyone can do this at home by taking a light bulb or a lamp and putting it around your subject or yourself.
So that's where you enhance your audio, and it's that quick.
Practice shaping light. Anyone can do this at home by practice shaping light. Anyone can do this at home by taking a light bulb or a lamp and putting it around your subject or yourself and see how light wraps around your face.
Okay, that's crispy.
So that was before and after.
Let's
As you
go.
can see, the before is really, really loud. You guys have great speakers, so it didn't sound too bad. You know? But on my phone, I could definitely tell it was super bad. And then just with one click, you can see the difference. Yeah.
That's amazing. I like how you put it at about 50% for that natural sound.
Yeah, that's what I like to have it at.
That's what you found works best?
Yeah, for this specific clip.
Okay, cool. Do you ever go like 100% or?
I usually don't go to 100% for anything when I'm editing.
Yeah.
I usually keep it around 75 or 50. Yeah.
A balance. Less is more sometimes, especially with the AI tools, which is great. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah. This next tool is very interesting. I barely use it, but if I do use it, it's for something very, very important. As you can see in this clip, I have this shot that I really like of people going into the subway, but it was just too distracting. All the lampposts, all the signs on top and everything. I was like, okay, there must be a way to remove it, and then I found AI Remove. So this tool, the cool thing is all you have to do is mask that. As you can see, you mask it,
That is crazy.
and then it will just remove it.
Wow.
Yeah. The crazy thing is you can do it in moving videos, and it will track it pretty well. But also keep in mind, this is doing it in real time on your phone, tracking a video. So when you're starting out, try doing it for certain small things. For example, there's a tape here. You could easily remove that. Maybe remove things that are on a clear background. Then it will be much easier.
Let's go. I love how the colors too, it's yellow and red, it's very distracting, and so you're able to focus people's eyes where they need to go. Composition. He's a freaking cinematographer. Let's go, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think the shot is just so much better when you can do some of those invisible VFX things, but it's not VFX. It's AI magic right inside of your editing app.
And mind you, this took about a minute in total to
That's
remove
insane.
the entire thing. Yeah.
That's absolutely nuts.
So the next
Take
shot.
photo walks during golden hour.
my bad. Keep going.
All right, next shot. How many of you guys film by yourselves? All right, that's a lot of people, right? Usually we don't have to help with, to ask someone to help film us. Usually when I'm taking content, I like to film behind the scenes of myself filming content. And in this case, this video, I was setting up my phone on a lamppost. It was just crooked. I tried my best, but it's still crooked. And I didn't frame it right. So I was like, okay, let me just take it into AI and let's see the video.
All right.
Take photo walks during golden hour.
So pause. If you can see there, you can see me off center, right? Then I just reposition myself to be center wherever I want it to be.
That's
and now look,
crazy.
I expanded
That's
the frame.
so nuts.
Boom.
Let's watch it one more time. Hold
Yeah,
on.
let's watch it
Oh, wait,
one more time.
Gotta go back. Okay, here we go. One more time.
This is the music.
Oh, wait, my bad. There we go. Oh, man, one
It's
more
fine.
time.
You only get one. You only get to watch it once.
Oh, here we go.
Take
here
photo
we go.
walks during golden hour.
Bro. All right, so you zoom in.
So you can
reposition.
readjust it to any position you want, and you can zoom it. You can zoom out even more with this kind of video.
And I'm going to talk about this too. I actually used this exact feature, but on the desktop version, and it was a lifesaver in a moment of peril. So, yeah, we're gonna get to that. It's
Oh,
gonna
and
be
I gotta
exciting.
keep reminding you guys, I do this all on my phone.
Which is crazy.
On my phone.
This
by
blows
myself.
my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very much a desktop computer guy. Like editing on my phone is the scariest thing, so I'm learning so much. So, thank you.
This next feature is one of my final editing processes. So I think a lot of you guys could relate to this tool or this struggle that I have. Who here has trouble finding music?
Bro,
It sucks.
it's horrible.
Like I can't tell you how many days and hours, sometimes weeks, where I spend finding music and I can't find anything because
Yeah.
I can't just get somebody to pull up an original score from my social media content. So sometimes finding music is really hard.
Yeah.
But recently I found this tool. It's called AI Music. Really, this tool, all you have to do is go to your clip, and you can prompt in any type of prompt you want based on where your clip is. For me, you could play first, and I can explain. For me, I usually like to keep it 3 to 4 prompts.
Just like 3 or 4 words.
Yeah.
Bro, this is so fire.
And the crazy thing is like it cuts to the beat for you too for some reason, which was really cool for me. What I did here was prompted 3 things. It was cinematic, chill, and relaxing, I think. But chill and calm. I would recommend you guys when you're prompting to test different things. Some might work, some might not. It's AI, But I personally find success in keeping it simple. Finding a mood for your video, usually it works. Yeah.
That's sweet. And it's copyright free,
Oh yeah, it's copyright free.
which is amazing. It's almost like having your own little personal scorer in your pocket,
Yep.
which
yep.
is crazy. That's awesome, dude.
Last but not least, I couldn't pass up on something. One of my favorite processes in the
Oh,
editing
baby.
process, color grading. I started off with color grading in my content creation journey too. I show people the before and after of color grading, and it's the most satisfying thing for me. So, just a quick tip, Jordan's gonna cover more on this later extensively on the desktop version.
Well,
but
sort of extensively. We'll get there.
we'll get there, but color grading is super cool. It's the one tool that can get your video from looking good, average, to great, professional. And you can do this with any type of video, your iPhone footage, your camera, your professional videos, anything like that. So I just want to share a quick tip that I use for my iPhone videos that a lot of you guys can use after you leave this conference. All you have to do is go to CapCut, import your iPhone video, and select the filter 4K. That's the one I personally use. And I click auto adjust and let the software do the thing. But you can see the
Sweet.
before and after again.
Okay, we're walking through the whole process again.
I
so
keep
you're
it
clicking
subtle
4K.
too, 4K.
It's so fast.
Auto adjust. I dial down the slider, remember again. I like to keep it at half, and then it will just...
It just punches it up a little bit. It makes it look great. Because iPhone footage looks pretty good, you know, out of the can.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit, there is like some flatness to it. And if you can add that little bit of saturation, it helps.
Yeah, and like, who here color grades their own footage? A lot of you guys. Right. And I'm assuming, like, if you're not color grading your own footage, you must have a barrier to color grading. And the crazy thing is, these filters, there's just not this one filter, but there are a lot of other filters that you can try out. And if you just pull down the slider, it will have a very aesthetic, minimal, neutral look, which is really cool.
Let's go. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, let's check out the final video that I created on CapCut.
Let's go.
If your cinematography isn't where you want it to be, these are 3 tips I wish I knew sooner. Welcome back to day 4 of Film from Scratch, where I take you along my entire process of creating a film with $0 in 90 days. 1. Create Instagram albums. An untrained eye is one of the biggest things that's setting you back. So by following great DPs and saving their work in your Instagram album, you start to condition your eye and your brain to see great work. 2. Observe light. Whenever you watch movies or commercials, pay attention to where the light source is coming from. For example, right now, my light source is coming from the left. Take photo walks during golden hour and blue hour to see how light creates textures in your everyday locations. Finally, practice shaping light. Anyone can do this at home by taking a light bulb or a lamp and putting it around your subject or yourself and see how light wraps around your face. Remember, training your eye is as important as learning the technical aspects of filmmaking. And I personally think the best way to do that is to source inspiration from other great DPs. So if you enjoy filmmaking tips and seeing the entire process of creating a film from scratch, follow me for more.
Dude, my skin looks pretty good in there.
Let's go. Everybody follow at Chris Sein. Let's go.
If you guys think this was cool, just wait for Jordan's one, man.
Bro, Chris Sein, follow Chris Sein, bro. That's crazy. Okay, well, that was incredible. Great work, bro. That was awesome. Yeah, another round of applause for Chris, guys. That was sick. Let's go. Okay, so now, you know, Chris absolutely slayed. I'm learning so much about editing on your phone because that scares me, super intimidated. But I do like to work on my computer, on my desktop. So how many people like to edit on desktop? Oh, yes. Let's go, baby. Okay, so CapCut is definitely known for their mobile editing and how amazing it is. But CapCut also does have desktop, which is absolutely incredible. And so we're going to move from short form to long form. And I'll walk you through the whole process of editing a podcast intro. So it's not going to be a whole podcast, but I'll just show you. We'll get there pretty soon. But first, I would like to talk about ideation, because ideation is probably one of the most difficult and most important parts of the creative process. And how many of you have this little like note on your phone where you just like scribble down ideas really quick? You're just, oh shoot, I got an idea. Yeah, so I have that, and it's helpful, but sometimes I definitely get writer's block or blank page syndrome, where I just don't know what to do. So this is where AI Writer comes in for me. I love to just kind of get the ball rolling, and I like to talk about music videos on YouTube, talk about K-pop a lot too. So I said, write a script for a viral video about editing and music videos. And it's just very basic. It's a super basic prompt, but for me, it gets the ball rolling, and it'll spit out 3 different scripts right off the bat. So I can look through them, see if there's any ideas in there that I like, if there's anything that will just spark my interest and, you know, get the ball rolling in a certain direction. So that's what I love to use AI Writer for. I just keep the prompts really simple. You know, you can get super detailed with it, but for me, personally, it's just about getting the ball rolling. So definitely check out AI Writer. And then another thing that is also really important is storyboarding. So for me, and I know Chris can talk about this too, because he's a DP, and you know, I'm sure you've directed stuff too, and storyboarding is a huge thing in your world.
Yeah, storyboarding is everything. If you guys have probably shot something, you've probably storyboarded, right? I use it for all my shoots, commercials, narrative films, even content creation, even social media
Really?
stuff.
You
Yeah,
storyboard that out?
I storyboard those so
That's
that I know
amazing.
exactly what to shoot when I go out in the field to
Yeah.
start shooting.
Yeah.
But it's always hard for me when I'm drawing it myself. I can't draw to save my life, you know.
It is. So yeah, I'm the same way. Drawing is fun, but it's really time consuming and it's hard. And so, and I do a lot with music videos, and I've dabbled in directing music videos a little bit too. And so I found text to image to be a really helpful tool for pre-visualizing shots or planning out music videos. So what I like to do is I just drag the music in. And the thing that I like about storyboarding in an editing software is you can actually time everything out perfectly to the song or to whatever you're editing. And so it's almost like you're creating a still image music video live. And you can actually, instead of drawing, you can have images that might look like what the music video is. So I just was going to do like a little K-pop music video here. And so I just typed in super simple prompts, but you have to make sure to include camera movement. You have to include framing. Those things are really important and in order to get that shot variety. And so I went ahead and did that. And another thing that's super helpful is using the style reference, or what is it called? Yeah, your reference. So I did like a general image generation. I was like, okay, yeah, that looks great. Uploaded that as a reference, so then all my other shots still have some character consistency. So if you see that main guy in the middle with the purple shirt, he's in every single shot. So now I have character consistency. It looks like it's a cohesive group having a bunch of different shots cut together. And then, boom, we have a music video storyboard.
That means you can create your entire video before you even shoot it.
Yeah, exactly. Which,
Pretty cool.
if you wanted to, I haven't actually done this personally, but you could just shoot your video and then kind of import your footage and just replace your shots, like your storyboard, with actual footage. And then you're like, oh, it's almost like editing your video before editing your video, or you're shooting it, you know?
If you guys work with music videos, you know this would be super,
This would be super helpful. Yeah, having it timed to the music is huge. So I love that. Now, next up, we're going to get into, I'm going to show you the whole workflow of a podcast trailer. So I have a show with my friend Hayden. He was Logan Paul's editor and is like one of the best editors out there. And it's called The Editing Podcast. We love to interview the best editors in the world. And so I'm going to show you how we edit this little podcast trailer. It's almost like the first 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes of a podcast, just to get you interested in the guest and get you into the conversation. And so I'm going to walk you through the entire workflow, mostly highlighting the AI tools that I used along the way. So let's get into that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But before we get into those AI tools, I just want to show you how desktop looks and works. It's very much like a professional editing software. You can import your footage. You can separate audio. This is me just syncing up our audio to our video. And you can drag, drop. You know, it just feels like a professional software, like any other amazing software. But adding in a bunch of effects, transitions, music, AI power tools all within one spot, there's nothing like it. It's incredible. So it's great. Now, to the AI tools. This is my first favorite one. It's called Remove Filler Words. But first of all, I want to show off text-based editing. So who here is like a little intimidated about editing software and just editing videos in general? A little intimidated? Okay, yeah, we have a few. The good news is if you really wanted to, you could edit an entire video like a Word document using text-based editing, which is pretty crazy. But my favorite feature within text-based editing, all you have to do is you click the clip, right-click, click text-based editing. There's a little feature called Remove Filler Words, which will delete words, pauses, you know, just different things that you don't really want in your shot. So you automatically have a really long take that will get cut down for you, and that's going to save a ton of time when you're editing because you don't have to go through as much footage. All the edits that you normally would have made have already been made for you, and you can just look at different takes and pick the best one right off the bat. So definitely love Remove Filler Words. Have you ever used text-based editing before?
No, I haven't. I'm going to try it now.
Yeah, at least you've learned something today, maybe, hopefully. Okay, next up here's that color grading promise. Now, I mean, I'm not a colorist. I'm not a pro colorist, but I am so impressed by the tools that are in CapCut Desktop, and Chris can talk about it more because he's a DP, and he lives and
He's
breathes.
mentioning I'm a DP like it's something.
Yeah,
super
bro.
crazy.
Though, I mean, you deal with color more than I do. Okay, I'm just cutting clips together, and you're thinking about the beauty of images, and I love that. So for me, I just did a really quick color grade here. We have log footage, so I just added an adjustment layer, which is a layer that when you add anything to it, it affects all the footage below it. And so I put the color grade on that, and just take a look at these color grading tools. I mean, I shot in log, so it's super flat and desaturated, and I was able to dial in some contrast with curves, use HSL, and sorry, I'm gonna keep looping this video. And then, yeah, basic, and they have color wheels to dial in a certain look, and so you can kind of see the before and after of the color grade for Hayden and I sitting there.
I would just like to touch on the HSL because I don't see this in a lot of the color grading tools. And also, this is also in the mobile version. The HSL tool is the hue, saturation, luminance tool, where you can change different colors without having to mask it or select it or anything. So if you just go to the green channel, you can change the hue of the green, saturation of the green, and the brightness of the green, and
Yeah.
with every other colors there.
So we could make like your blue shirt red.
Exactly.
We could just be like blue,
Yeah.
and then whoop,
You don't even have to select my shirt. You just go change the color.
find blue and boop, change it to whatever you want.
You see this in a lot of photo editing tools, but it's super cool that it's in video as well.
I also just realized I'm wearing the exact same shirt that I'm wearing, so that's pretty exciting. That's a good one. Like literally the exact same outfit. That is crazy. I didn't even know. That's funny. Oh, wow. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you. Look at that. You guys are so encouraging. I love you guys. Oh my goodness. All right. So this is probably my favorite thing about CapCut. At this point, we've gone through, I've edited everything down. I cut down the interview, added music, added B-roll. And so we're getting on to pretty much the final steps of the process. But CapCut captions, who's used CapCut captions before? Come on, somebody. Like, it's freaking amazing. So what I like to do is all you have to do, auto captions is the way to go. So you just go to the text tab, you click auto captions. And at this point, you can also translate your video to pretty much any language if you wanted to have subtitles and you want to ship it off to somewhere else, you could do that. But for now, we just selected English. And then what you can do is you can actually start animating everything. So CapCut has like some of the best professional animations that I've ever seen for captions that would normally take you like ages to do in any other software. And all you can do is you just click of a button, boop, you have incredible captions. And then the other thing that is getting really important these days is how you brand yourself based on your captions. So captions are actually like a really big branding tool these days. And so for us, we have this really bright green podcast branding, and so we were able to change the color, change the fonts, customize it, but then still get that really professional looking animation along with it. So, and captions are not only important in mobile, they're also important in long form, and so we like to grab the audience's attention in our intro by captioning everything. So this is a long form YouTube video. This is gonna be like 30 minutes at the end of it. But in that first 2 minutes, we do like to add captions just to help suck people into the story. So
You're right, Jordan. I could probably name any creator just by looking at their fonts.
right,
Yeah.
right. You can be like, oh, that's Chris Sein's font.
I gotta create one first.
What font do you use the most? Do you know?
I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
But
same.
I gotta start creating my own
Same.
style.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we are pretty much almost done with the process, but I had a few emergencies. Now, we already talked about AI Expand in mobile, but you also have this for desktop. And so I had this section of A-roll that I needed to get covered with B-roll, but I ran out of B-roll. Big problem, not good, all right? So I had this random image of Dodford. He is an amazing documentary filmmaker. He was the guest for this episode. And so I had this little square image of him, and it was low res, it was not good, but I used AI expand and then enhance image, and then I just added a little push in, a little effect over the top, and then all of a sudden it looks like an amazing B-roll shot. I would have never had that. Like if I had this image or had this situation on another editing software, I would have been cooked. There's no way we would have been able to salvage this. But hence we have, thanks to CapCut. Yes. So that was really exciting. So I wanted to tell you about that. And then next, guess what? Say you have a shot and it's a little bit bland. It doesn't feel like it has a whole lot of chutzpah to it. Guess what? There's an AI tool for that. We can fix it with AI movement. So all I did, I had this shot of Dodford, and all you have to do is you click on, here, let me restart the clip. So I had this shot of him. It looks kind of boring, not very much movement. All you have to do is click AI movement, and then there's a few different presets, and then there's sliders below where you can adjust the amount of movement that you want to add. So say you're doing a music video shoot, or maybe you're shooting by yourself and you can't actually get camera movement in camera, we can now add it in post. And so for that, it was just super easy. Added a little bit of camera movement to make it feel lively and get people a little bit more interested in the images that are coming out of Dodford's head. So pretty exciting. And now, are you ready for the final trailer? Oh, we're not. Okay, so let's see if this works.
The one creator that has been on everyone's lips this year is Dodford, and it's because of his refreshing modernization of the video essay format on YouTube.
Normally people would just tell the story with their own voiceover. Dodford actually does the work of collecting segments and sound bites across his subject's career and uses complex editing and storytelling techniques to allow the personality to tell their own story. Honestly, the skill set that Dodford has is absolutely incredible. And he's one of the few who's graduated from short form and then pioneered a new format in long form that many are trying to replicate.
So, we wanted to have a conversation to find out what's going on in Dodford's mind, such as how he writes and storyboards what he edits.
I use so many
before he
CapCut
opens the
transitions in
timeline.
this.
How he's using
There's so
AI
many.
to create a $40,000 film shoot with just $20.
The underutilized importance of marketing your content before you publish.
And the desire for creating premium content for YouTube.
And we're starting with an advanced editing breakdown of his most popular video, the Adam Sandler Paradox.
Yay! And that's the intro. So,
That's insane.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Wait, is
Okay.
this out on YouTube now?
It is out on YouTube.
I gotta
you
go
can
watch
go
it.
watch Dodford talk about his process. He's nuts, bro. He in a good way. He's super great. Well, thank you so much, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Did anybody feel like they learned something in the session? Okay, good. That was our goal. We just wanted to help you save a little bit of time and hopefully a little bit of knowledge for some of those AI tools that we may or may not know exist. There's so many of them out there, and so sometimes it's hard to keep track of it all and sort through what's actually useful. And these are the things that we found to be useful for us. So thank you so much. We'd love to open it up to Q&A time. So any questions that you guys have, we'd love to help out.
Hi, my question is, at the beginning, before the coloring on the desktop,
Yeah.
how did you get it to just be like more white shadowed before you added the color?
So that's a setting on your camera called log. So I think I could actually kick this over to Chris, honestly. You probably know more about it than I do.
Yeah, log is a color profile that you can set on your camera. When you're shooting log, it's a logarithmic curve, so you have more information in your footage. So that's why it's grayscales for you to go color afterwards.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being here.
And I'm glad you mentioned that too, because normally color, at least in that process, normally color is something that happens at the end of your workflow. But in this workflow, because it was a talking head video, I didn't want to be staring at log footage the whole time while I was cutting together our little interview section. So I just added an adjustment layer, colored it really quick, and then did some last minute tweaks on color at the end. But it's more satisfying to go from log to color, so I wanted to show that part of the workflow. Yes.
Yeah, at one point you showed this part about taking the text and being able to edit out certain words
Yep.
and what have you.
Yep.
When you are editing it out, is it also editing out the frames with the lip sync, or so that the text and the lip sync are together?
Yeah, so it literally, like, as you make an edit in the Word document, it'll also reflect that in the timeline. So say I'm saying, oh, hi, my name is Jordan, but I didn't want me to say, oh, hi. I'll just delete, oh, hi, and then if I play it in the video, it'll just be like, my name is Jordan, and that's it. So it'll reflect it perfectly, any changes that you make in the text to the timeline. Good question.
Hello, this is for Chris. When you talked about getting your footage onto your phone,
There he is.
could you talk about your workflow of getting like your 6K footage onto your phone? Is it just through a card reader, or are you using something like Frame.io to transfer images?
Yeah, you could use a mode. You could use a mode to do a software to bring that 6.2K footage down, and then you can compress it, then put it back into your phone. A lot of my social media content is, it's for social media, so I don't need the highest quality output. I'm not showing it on an IMAX theater. So usually a compressed Rec 709 version of my high quality camera footage will work just fine.
So how do you get it onto your phone, though?
Oh, I just airdrop it from my
AirDrop
laptop.
it? Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. That was my question, too. That's a good question.
Thanks.
Because I think that's why I don't edit on my phone a lot of the times.
Yeah, you
'Cause
do
I
have
don't
to
wanna
deal
be
with
like,
the airdrop.
I'd have to
Yeah.
carry a hard drive around or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Speaking to the footage and the workflow, like, how big is your phone in terms of storage? Like, is 128 sufficient, or should we all buy 1 terabyte? And what do you do with the footage after? You just let it live on Instagram? Like, once you repurpose, you just delete it? Like, what's your process with that?
Yeah, well, again, like for social media, my footages doesn't have to be, they don't have to be that big, right? I usually compress it beforehand. And then after, I was stored in my phone for a certain amount of time until I finish editing the video. But once I'm done, I delete it. I put it all in my hard drive. So my
Got
phone
it.
storage is, to answer your question, I believe it's 512 gigabytes. But
Middle of the road.
yeah,
That's pretty
that's
good.
sufficient. And
Yeah.
everything's on the internet. So I trust TikTok to keep my videos. And I can
So-
download it anytime.
That makes sense. So you don't really have archives so much?
Yeah, in the hard drives.
In the hard drives.
hard drives.
So basically, you get your footage, you make like proxies or you make smaller versions
Smaller
of it.
versions.
Then you airdrop it, you edit your thing, and then once you're done editing it, you just delete all the footage because
Yeah.
the original is on a hard drive.
Yeah.
Copy.
My question for you guys, both of you, how did you get here? What was the road that you're both pretty young, so let's hear that road from, elementary school, high school. How did you end up becoming,
Life stories.
well, not life stories, you're only in your early 30s if at most. So.
Yeah. You can go first, Chris.
Oh, no. Oh, you look very young yourself, sir. Thank you.
67 years of experience.
That's awesome.
That's incredible.
Man.
Well, to get here, like I mentioned, I started off enjoying photography. I started off as a photographer, and I got into the videography route. After that, I just stuck to cinematography for about 6-7 years. And then one day, about 2 years ago, when social media was getting big after COVID, I was like, okay, I should start creating content too, because I have the skills to edit a video, to shoot a video. I was like, why not? And the attention is there. The audience is probably going to be there too. So it was a no-brainer for me. And I just started posting every day for about 90 days straight. And I gained traction, and one thing led to another.
And the key thing about that is the posting for 90 days straight. I think that's like consistency and just sticking with it is the biggest thing. For me, I didn't do any filmmaking, photo, really anything at all until college. So I went to film school being like, maybe I want to do film, I don't know. And I remember doing my first short film, and I kind of hated it. I hated the whole process. But then I went into the computer lab, the editing lab, and it was 5 p.m. And I then looked at the clock later on, and it was 5 a.m., and I accidentally stayed up 12 hours editing for it. And I was like, oh, shoot, this is really fun. So then I just started doing editing. I did freelance editing, and then over the pandemic, I had nothing to do because all the productions shut down. So I started talking about editing on YouTube, and here we are. And that actually worked out really well. People were interested, which is a complete shock to me. So, yeah.
Last question.
Hi, hello. My question is about the color grading when you're using CapCut. So say you filmed lots of different clips, but your lighting environment was very different for each of them. When you compile them together and you color grade it in CapCut, will it automatically balance it and streamline it for you? Or do you have to edit each clip separately? Thank you.
I can't find
She's right in the middle.
Oh, sorry. Hi. That's a great question. That's something I deal with too. So there's this feature on CapCut where you can just click Apply All. Usually, if there's a big problem with color grading, I would import all the clips shot in certain scenes. So for example, you shot in 3 different locations. One in the park, one at your house, and one at a dinner table. I would group all of those clips together separately, then grade them first. And then I would start organizing it on the timeline. But there's a feature where you can just click Apply All after you do some adjustments to your clip, and then you can click Apply All to the clip, and then it will apply to the entire timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's why I like to use the adjustment layer too. Just because I could even put clips in different environments. If it is in the same environment and you have different lighting situations, that's tricky. But I think with little finagling, you can make it match.
With the desktop, it's much easier to group things, put it on an adjustment layer.
Yeah.
But on the phone, you don't have the capability to do adjustment layers. So that's the workaround I do for that.
Smart. Well, thank you so much, guys. This was so fun.
Thank you.
We hope it was helpful. Hope you learned something.